You want toned arms and legs coming up? Our fitness expert shows us how a rowing machine can get the job done. We're talking fitness right now. In fact, here is NBC30's fitness expert, Palmer Collier, trying to get him into this contraption here. It's a rowing machine, and you're going to show us some things that you can do on a rowing machine. First, how much does something like this cost?
Janet, this is really basic. Something like this you can probably get for, I bet you, under $100 if you shop around, compared to the real nice rowers you'd see like a Bally's Health Club that are over thousands of dollars.
Tell me what this works. Does it work a certain part of your arms and your legs?
What's wonderful about this particular piece of equipment, and when people are trying to do aerobic exercise at home, you want to engage as many muscle groups as possible. So therefore, when you're doing something like a rower, it's an explosive movement for your lower body. As you can see, I'm working my legs, my gluteus maximus, my quadriceps, and I'm also working those large muscles of the upper body, which is very important. There's a lot of blood.
All at once. That's a great idea.
All at once, Janet. That's a lot of blood and oxygen, so it's very stimulating. So the nice thing about the rowing, it can be done in an aerobic form, like we've talked about on other shows, rhythmically at a low intensity for about 30 to 40 minutes, or you can take these pistons and tighten them up, and it becomes more of almost of a strength training move.
Now, what about your back? Could that hurt if you have a bad back? Could that be dangerous?
I'm glad you brought that up. I guess you'd know that. You want to sit nice and straight and keep that lower back real still, keep that pelvis in a neutral position. Again, Jen, you bring up a good point. We wouldn't want to do this because you will hurt yourself.
Okay. So, and what you're doing is just keeping your feet, these straps, hold your feet where they are.
And you need the straps because if not, you'll just keep going back and you won't recover. So make sure you're strapped in this properly.
You guys have been emailing some question to us, and one of them I'm going to talk about first. I walk on a treadmill every day, follow a strict diet. How long will it take me to lose the extra weight? It's kind of generic.
It's a little generic. She was nice enough to ask that question. I think she said 3 miles per hour every day.
Oh, that's
good. Specific, and she said she was on a strict diet, and I hope it's a diet that can be a lifestyle diet. But you may want to try to interval, and when you're doing your 3 minutes on your treadmill, I'd ask you to go ahead or your 3 miles per hour, maybe for 1 minute, pop it up to 4 miles per hour if you can stand that intensity, and then bring it back down. Go back to your 3 miles per hour at about maybe 2.5 more minutes. And then Janet, I'd ask her again to pop up that intensity, the speed. And when she's getting in great shape, don't hesitate to put it on an incline because that'll help also. Just 3 miles per hour, 5 days a week may not be quite enough. Unless you're a beginner, stay with it. Make sure you're upgrading your intensity.
She's starting, but maybe you should do some weights or work some
that's always,
things in, right?
You know, we're both fans of that. So yeah, if you can fit some strength training in it, that'd be fantastic.
That would be good and help her lose that weight
Absolutely.
too. Okay, I have fibromyalgia, depression, and osteoarthritis. Do you have any exercises that you recommend?
Well, you know what? They're doing recent studies on that. Right now, medically, the medical profession still doesn't know what causes the conditions of fibromyalgia, which is an ache and a stiffening of the muscles. And we know osteoarthritis is a stiffening in the jointed areas. And this woman has a little bit of everything. And she said she's a little depressed, which is normal because a lot of times people are taking antidepressants because they're not feeling well. And out of the British Journal of Medicine, a study was just released, and they took a group of people that had these conditions, and they put them through an exercise program, Janet. They had them walk, they had them jog, believe it or not, and they had them doing some strength training. And what they're finding is if you strengthen your muscles in those jointed areas, like if you build up your quadriceps, it'll take stress off the knee joints. If you build up your hip flexors, it'll take stress off your jointed areas and your movement flexibility areas in your back. So actually exercising is going to send those endorphins into your body, make you feel better, and help with the pull of gravity. You want to have those strong muscles to help those joints. And
it'll help you with that depression too.
Absolutely.
Palmer, thank you. If you have a question for Palmer, log on to NBC30.com, click on Ask the Trainer. He'll answer your questions right here on the news at 10. Thanks.
Welcome.